Yeah, Anuj, can you speak, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Mani. I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Mani and Anuj, am I audible to you? This is Pranav.
Hello.
Hi,
Yes,
Mani.
you're audible. Yeah, hi.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes,
Hello, good
Anuj,
evening.
I think we can start here.
Yeah, hi, Mani.
Good evening, Mani.
We have 3 minutes to go.
How many members had joined yet?
Mani, can you please confirm how many members are right now on the attendees list?
Around 100 it is.
Okay.
Good.
So I think 3 minutes are 3 minutes left to start this webinar. We should have to
Yes,
wait for 3 minutes while.
Right. Yes, Anuj, it's 5:30, so I think
Yeah.
we'll let's to start.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. Anuj Gupta from Deccan Chapter, Ashrae Deccan Chapter. Welcome you all for the webinar on Introduction to Ashrae Certifications. So hope you had a good day, and hope you are registered for this webinar also prior to this registration. So I welcome you all. So hope if I believe most of the people are Ashrae member and most of the people are non-Ashrae member as well for this webinar. So I just briefing you about what is Ashrae. So Ashrae is the American Society of Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers, which is having 15 regions across the globe. And we have like Ashrae Deccan chapter and Ashrae Chandigarh chapter comes under the region of Ashrae RAL, which is a region at large. And under region at large, we have two sub-regions, which is a sub-region 1 and sub-region 2. So we comes under the sub-region 2, and India is having the 10 Ashrae chapters, which is now Ashrae Deccan chapter, Ashrae Chandigarh chapter, which is a newly formed now. And apart from this, we have a Ashrae India chapter, Ashrae Pune chapter, Ashrae Mumbai chapter, Ashrae Chennai chapter, Bangalore chapter. And similarly, we have a newly formed chapters, Ashrae East India chapter and Ashrae Rajasthan chapter. So these are the chapters which we are in India in totally 10 chapters, which comes under the region at large. And for this webinar, we had because Ashrae Chandigarh chapter has taken a good initiative to involve other chapters and do the webinar series for the members, so that they will got to know about Ashrae, what are the things Ashrae is happening, Ashrae is doing across the globe. And this is a good idea for the Ashrae certifications, because Ashrae is doing a lot of certifications for the people who are in this industry, HVACR industry. So there are a few certifications, which is a building commissioning professional certification, building energy assessment professional certification, building energy modeling professional certification. So we will get to know all about the certification through this webinar. And I welcome you all again from the Deccan Chandigarh chapter team and Ashrae Pune chapter team for this webinar. Over to you, Mani. Mani?
Good evening, everyone. Let's welcome in this today's webinar, which is organized by Ashrae Chandigarh chapter in collaboration with Ashrae Deccan chapter. Yeah, Akshay, we'll be moving further for the next intro, please.
Hello friends, myself Akshay Kumar, YA Chair Ashrae Chandigarh chapter. Ashrae Chandigarh chapter and Ashrae Deccan chapter has taken initiative to spread knowledge among the members. We scheduled series of webinars in this month during the period of lockdown. Today is our fifth webinar on introduction to Ashrae certification. Ashrae certification program were founded to meet the industry needs of today and provide value to thousands of built environment professionals, employers, and building owners. For the past 100 plus years, Ashrae has worked hard to earn and maintain a worldwide reputation for being the leader in HVAC and R. Ashrae certification program serve to reinforce that reputation. To go through with activities done by Ashrae Chandigarh chapter or other regional chapter. If you are Ashrae member, then it's fine. If you are not, then be a part of Ashrae by register online at join.ashrae.org. Now, moving further, now I thanks to our sponsors. It truly means too much to us. Ashrae Chandigarh chapter has two annual technology partner, Armacell and FlowGuard Village Master. Five annual partner Aerolam, Maxflow, Jivantiva Enterprises, Metal Joints, and GL Enterprises. Now I would like to introduce today's presenter, Mr. Pranav Gorbole. He is from Pune chapter. He is Ashrae certified building energy modeling professional, BEE certified energy auditor, and LEED Green Associates. He is currently serving as the secretary and GAC chair of Ashrae Pune chapter. He has been a member of Ashrae for more than 10 years. Recording of the webinar will be uploaded on YouTube channel. Please subscribe our YouTube digital channel Ashrae Chandigarh. Uh, Question and answer will be done at the end of this session. You can ask your question by typing in chat box and same will be answered at the end by speaker. Now I request Mr. Pranaji to please present your presentations.
Okay, Mani, can you see my screen?
Yes, not yet. Not yet. Pranav, can you please start sharing your screen?
Yeah, I have started sharing my screen. I'm the presenter now. Not sure why.
Yes, yes.
Why it's
Now,
not coming
can
up.
able. Yeah,
Okay,
now
good.
can able to see.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you all for joining this webinar on Introduction to Ashrae Certifications. As previously mentioned, please type in your questions so that I can answer them at the end of this presentation. So here is what we are going to look at today. What is meant by Ashrae certification? How you can earn and maintain your Ashrae certifications? And most importantly, what are the benefits of earning an Ashrae certification? So just to give you a background on this, there are over 3,000 Ashrae certified professionals. These certifications were created by Ashrae to meet the industry needs identified through the market research. So you'll see that these certifications gear up very well with what industry needs. Skill sets that are needed by the HVAC and refrigeration industry are met very well by these. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Pranav, can I speak 1 minute? So your panel is showing at the right portion of the slide. So can you please minimize the panel? Yeah, right. Thanks.
Okay. Can you guide me where the control for that is?
So there is a minimize button at the panel. So if you can minimize it, only the screen will be showing. The red arrow, there is a red arrow at your screen. With the
Yeah,
panel
got it.
where you can. Yes.
Got it now. Okay, sorry about that. So I was talking about how these certifications meet the industry needs very well. These certifications were developed by subject matter experts at Ashrae and at allied organizations. So there were some experts who designed these certifications. And most importantly, most of the Ashrae certifications as of now are accredited by ANSI. So they follow the ANSI standard 17024, which is a rigorous standard for personal certifications. So even these certifications are verified by a third-party program. Okay, so these are the 7 certifications that are offered by Ashrae as of now. Building Commissioning Professional, that is BCXP, which is related to commissioning. Then there is a certification related to energy auditing, AP, meaning Building Energy Assessment Professional. Then there is Building Energy Modeling Professional. Ashrae also has a certification for High Performance Building Design, named as HBDP, High Performance Building Design Professional. Then you have Healthcare Facility Design Professional. Ashrae also has a certification for Operation and Performance of the Buildings, which is OPMP, Operation and Performance Management Professional. And there is one more certification, which is the recent one, which is Certified HVAC Designer. So as you can see, Ashrae certifications cover up most of the areas related to the built-up environment, right from the design of the building, commissioning of the building, and also performance of the building or the ongoing performance of the building. So these certifications are, as I said previously, very well aligned with the industry needs. There are 4 Ashrae certifications that are ANSI accredited right now. The remaining 3, namely HFDP, OPMP, and CHD, will be NC accredited in the month of July. So starting July this year, all the Ashrae certifications will be NC accredited. So the newest entrant to the certifications is the Certified HVAC Designer, or CHD, which is a global certification. And that came into existence after Ashrae did a very big survey asking consulting engineers, architects, engineers, and design build members of the industry needs. And approximately 14,000 respondents responded from over 50 countries. So Ashrae was able to align this certification to critical job tasks that are related to the certification of the certified HVAC designer. So what's the scope of this latest certification? So once you get this certification, it shows that you are proficient at designing the HVAC systems to meet building or project requirements. You can do load calculations, you can do equipment selection and sizing, you can do duct and piping design, and also you can do the HVAC plans for the permit and construction phases of the project. So this was a little bit of background of the 7 different type of certifications of Ashrae. Now you can now I'll talk about the value. Why should you earn an Ashrae certification? First and foremost, this is a validation from a third party, that is Ashrae, that you are good at what you do. So meaning you're good at doing critical jobs. For example, a BEMP certified professional, he can do building energy modeling very well. That's validated by Ashrae as a third party. The Ashrae certifications also give you an improved opportunity for being hired or being promoted to promoted in your existing organization. And for consultants, it can also help you generate new business. And the reason for that is Ashrae is a global society. The Ashrae chapters are present in almost every country in the world, and there are more than 50,000 members worldwide, which are Ashrae members. So a certification from Ashrae has a value worldwide. So somebody doing a certification in Sri Lanka, if somebody from Sri Lanka is Ashrae certified, and if he travels to outside world, then he will be known to the Ashrae members at least. And because Ashrae is a global society, that certification carries a greater value compared to something like you are earning a certification in a local body which is not recognized outside your country. So that's the difference between a global certification and a local certification. Going ahead, getting these Ashrae certifications also demonstrates that you are committed professionally. So you're not just stopping at your bachelor's or master's degree, but you want to continue to develop professionally. So all these values are really important. One more thing about Ashrae certifications is the course work or the resources for these certifications do not spoon feed you for getting this certification. So if you're really good at it, then only you can earn this certification. And that's just my personal experience. There are other certifications in which the certified authorities give you the material to study. And if you study it reasonably well, there is almost always a chance that you will pass that examination. But Ashrae certifications actually have a pass and fail rate. I'll show you a couple of examples of that. So moving ahead, additional value for certification earners. Ashrae conducted a study or a survey in 2016 asking what's the value of certification from Ashrae. And many people said that I'm proud to hold my Ashrae certification. And that's because, as I said, getting an Ashrae certification is not an easy task. 89% people from this survey said that the Ashrae certification validated his or her level of skill. Many others said that getting an Ashrae certification is a good barometer to how serious someone is about their career. Most importantly, Ashrae certifications differentiate you from your peers. That was the feedback of 82% of the people. And this is going to be important in coming days because of the situation we are all in. Differentiating yourself from the peers is going to be very important. Coming back to the survey, almost 73% people said that in this field, that is HVAC and refrigeration, Ashrae certification provided the certification earner a greater professional recognition. So as you can see, there is a lot of value to get these certifications. So coming to the employers, what's the value of certifications to the employers? And again, Ashrae did its due diligence. It conducted a survey for the employers in 2016, and many of the employers said that they have a varying level of competence, or they see a varying level of competence among HVAC designers. So how would you differentiate the good designers from average ones? And most of the employers thought that having a certification will help them identify the best candidates out there. Almost 81% of the employers said that they need qualified HVAC designers, and almost 82% of the employers said that HVAC designer certification will be a worthwhile professional development goal for their employees. As all of you know that many companies encourage their employees to develop professionally continuously, and some companies even sponsor certifications. So all in all, this is a good value adder to the employers also. So even so the employees can target the candidates that are certified versus the candidates that are not certified. And hiring a candidate is not an easy task. So this is very helpful to the employers also. So as I said, employers know whom to hire, promote, and assign important projects. If the person is certified, he's more likely to get these opportunities. Many employees want to incorporate Ashrae in almost more than 35 local, state, and national government bodies recognize Ashrae certifications. I understand that most of these government bodies are from the USA or Canada, and some of them are from UAE. But we at region at large, I believe most of the participants are from the RAL region. We should strive to make local government bodies to recognize Ashrae certifications. And this is for our good also, because it enhances the eligibility for winning the local, state, and federal contracts. So these are also some important pointers for employers as it comes to Ashrae certifications. So far we talked about what Ashrae certifications are, what is the value of Ashrae certifications to the certification earners and to the employers. Now we'll see the steps to earn and maintain Ashrae certifications. So the first and foremost is if you want to appear for an examination related to Ashrae certification, you download the candidate guidebook that is prepared for each and every certification. The candidate guidebook gives you the eligibility requirements, examination details, and recertification requirements. So I'll quickly show you what a candidate guidebook looks like. So Ashrae certifications website is where you go and you download these candidate guides. As you can see, for each and every certification, there is this downloadable link. These downloads are free after you complete a very simple form. So this is where you download the candidate guidebooks, and this is how a candidate guidebook looks like. So as you can see, it gives you the information you need related to the examination. Now, in my case, this is related to the BEMP certification. So, as I talked about previously, certifications have a pass and fail rate. As you can see, for the BEMP certification, the passing score is 67, and only 64% of the total appeared as of January 2018 were able to pass the certification. So first step is download the candidate handbook. There are some eligibility requirements for all Ashrae certifications. I'm just giving you an example of the BEM. So essentially, you need some education plus some work experience to sit for the examination. For example, if you have a PE license and 2 years of energy modeling experience, you can sit for the examination. PE license is similar to a certified engineer license in other parts of the world. PE is mostly related to the USA and Canada. The second option to appear for this examination is you need to earn the bachelor's degree in engineering or related field and have 5 years of experience related to energy, including a minimum of 2 years of experience related to energy modeling. If you have a master's degree, it counts for 2 years of experience. There is also eligibility criteria related to the associates, technical and high school diploma degrees, but I'm not going to go over them because I believe most of the people joining today have the bachelor's degree at least. But if you're interested in knowing eligibility criteria for other degrees, they are available in the candidate guidebook. Okay, so the next step is to complete an online application. It just takes 5 minutes, and you get the acceptance within 5 business days. You need to schedule and take examination within 90 days of approval. BEAP and BCXP online applications take a little more time, but not more than 10 to 15 minutes. And the reason for that is those two certifications need you to showcase the work experience also. Then you pay the application fees, which is $395 for Ashrae members and $545 for non-members. Ashrae certifications need to be renewed every 3 years. So the fees for that is $195 for Ashrae members, $195 for non-members. So this is a good incentive for becoming an Ashrae member. You get very high discounts if you are an Ashrae member. The next step is to schedule an examination. All the examinations are computer based. There are over 375 locations all over the world. And Ashrae has come up with a great idea of remote proctoring, which will likely begin from May 31st this year. The remote proctored exams mean that you can even give your examination from home or your office, provided that certain criteria are met. I think this is a great idea because most of the countries are facing lockdown, so why not appear for an Ashrae examination in the coming days? So all of the Ashrae examinations are proctored and closed book. They contain multiple choice questions, and non-native English speakers get 30 extra minutes for testing. Ashrae provides you with some resources before appearing for the examination, so that you can prepare very well. The first and foremost resource is the detailed content outline, which has a short form DCO. So I'll quickly show you the detailed content outline for the DEMP examination. This is how the DCO looks like. It has 3 levels of questions. The first level is recall, as you can see here. The second level is application, and the third level is analysis. So recall questions are the questions you just need to recall from memory. For example, what is the global warming potential of R404A? Application type questions are a little more difficult. You need to apply your knowledge to get the answers. The third type is analysis, where you need to analyze the information from the question. You need to do certain calculations and come up with an answer. So this detailed content outline also gives you topics on which you will be tested. For example, building envelope and partitions. So as you can see, building envelope and partitions will have 1 question for recall, 2 for application, and 2 more for analysis type questions. So this is a good document for you to review and strategize for the exam. Now coming back to the available resources, Ashrae also gives you a 30 question online on-demand certification practice exam, just to give you a feel and difficulty level of the certification. There are always Ashrae standards, guidelines, and courses that you can take. The good thing about the CHD certification is that a CHD study guide will be launched on July 15th. So that's additional study material for you for the CHD examination. Once you earn the certification, you need to renew it after every 3 years. And for that, you need to demonstrate continuing education, as it's called, continuing competence through professional development hours, that is PDH. And you need to earn 45 PDH every 3 years in order to renew your certification. How you can earn the PDH is given in the candidate guidebook that you can download. Now, after you have earned a certification, what is Ashrae doing for you? So the first thing is Ashrae is giving you digital badges. This is a new concept by Ashrae, which I think is great. You get this digital badge that you can showcase. Just show you what the digital badge means. So this is my digital badge, and when I click on the badge, it shows me the information. So it shows you the name of the person. It shows you when the certification was completed. In my case, it was 5th of June 2015. It also shows you whether the certification is active or not. Now mine is active because it expires on December 2021. So digital badges are a great way to market yourself, and it's a third-party validated badge. You can share them through electronic media such as LinkedIn, email, websites, and so on. It gives you instant recognition. For example, if somebody wants to hire you, he can just click on the badge on the LinkedIn, and it gives the potential employer all the information he needs. So for example, the badges show you the skills that the BEMP certified professional has. And it also shows the potential employer what the building energy modeling professional certification is all about. So good way to market yourself, as I previously said. These are the digital badges are real time, meaning if the badge is expired, the website will say that the badge is expired. One more way in which Ashrae markets you after you get the certification is it publishes your name in the e-society newsletter, which is the monthly newsletter of Ashrae. Ashrae also has the certification earner dictionary website. Show you the once you go to this website, you can find a certified Ashrae professional. So if you want to see who's Ashrae certified in India, you can click here and it shows you the list. So if a customer or a consultant wants to give a project to only Ashrae certified, he can just come here and search for them, and the list of Ashrae certified professional appears. As I previously said, you can always showcase your certification via the digital badge. You can also feature a certification designation on your cards, on your letterheads, on your email, and so on. So that was all about what Ashrae certification is, how you can earn it, and what's the value of getting that. I'm just going to give you my personal feedback or testimony. Once I became an Ashrae certified professional, I got a very positive feedback professionally. So that's just one testimonial for you. Hiring certified professionals and assigning work to certified professionals also shows that you respect knowledgeable people. So I hope many of you go ahead and get certified. The best way to start is to go to the Ashrae certifications website, which is given on the screen now. The next step is to download the candidate guidebook for your respective examinations. And if you still have questions, you can email at certifications@ashrae.org. So they can answer your questions. So that's the end of the presentation today. I hope it was helpful to you. And I'll now go to the questions, if there are any. Okay, so a lot of questions. I'll try to answer as much as I can. Oops. Okay. I missed your question. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the question from Vinod Venugopal is, can you please share the presentation slides? Yes, the organizers are going to share the presentation slides. Okay. There is a question from Ravi Kumar RS. I currently work in renewable energy sector. I would like to understand how this will be helpful to my career and which one should. It also depends on your background as to what you are doing right now. So a detailed question to certifications@ashrae.org might be helpful in this case, or you can even contact me on LinkedIn. So the next question is from Jalal. Okay, that's a good information for the candidates. He says, due to the coronavirus situation, all the centers which hold examination are closed. how can I apply for an examination within these dates? I think that's a great question, but unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that. You will have to probably write to the certifications@ashrae.org. Hope the speaker share his contact details at the end. I think if you have questions related to certifications, they better go to Ashrae certifications email. If you still want to contact with me, you can always use the social media platforms. I'm not seeing the presentation. Okay, so there is a question from Shamakant Mirashi. The question is, do we have to be member of Ashrae to apply? No, you don't have to. It's just that if you're not a member, the fees are higher. So there is a question from Damon Eid. I hope I pronounced that name correctly, but he has left. So, but I'll still answer the question. I have 10 years of experience in installation and test commissioning, so I'm eligible or not for BEMP, and I am not a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering. If you don't have experience related to modeling, you will probably not be eligible for BEMP, but you'll probably be eligible for BCXP. So next question is from Qasim Shehzad. Is there any option for online exam through home or office? Yes, Ashrae is planning to do that after 31st of May. Hopefully they get to get that going on or before 31st of May. Okay, there is a question from Digvijay Ronge. Which PDH are recommended for undergraduates? You need to have certain experience to apply for most of these certifications. So you'll have to wait for some time. So there is a question from Ankur Mantri. I want to apply for BEAP certification. Could you please let me know, is safety training certificate from my employer eligible? I think that will be best answered by the Ashrae certifications committee. Unfortunately, I do not have answer to that question.
Yeah, Pranav, we can have this answer from Tim. Sir, Tim is online, yeah.
Okay, so
can we unmute him?
I can unmute him. Just give me a second.
Okay, please, yeah.
Okay, so here is Tim Klein, who's the certifications manager at Ashrae, who can answer that question. Tim, you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everybody. First of all, thank you to Pranav for giving the presentation. Great job. And thank you to the organizers. So on the BEMP application, just asks for you to list your education and a work reference and a contact email. And if your application is audited, then we would contact them.
Okay, so
I think
that
answers the question.
Okay. So there is one more question related to the BEAP certificate from Ankur Mantri. Or did you answer that one? Okay, so there is one more question from Himanshu Sharma. As there are some professionals who keep traveling on regular basis and can't be regular on courses and certification, session exam can be taken online or anytime suitable to the candidate. Yes, hopefully Ashrae will get it going from May 31st of this year. Second question is regarding the eligibility criteria. Do we require to upload the experience documents or degree for the same? I think Tim answered that. You may be asked to upload the experience document or share the experience document with the certifications committee. Question from Essa. As I said, you need to have some experience to appear for the certifications. Question from Chetan Sakharkar. Are the questions based on a particular software? No, they are not. They test your knowledge related to the field, and they do not test a particular software. Next question is from Salman. What is the passing percentage for CHD? You can see it from the candidate's guidebook. I don't have it downloaded, or I can check. Tim, do you know off the top of your head? Okay, I'm unmuted, you know. No?
Hello?
Yep, go ahead.
Yes, the pass rate for the CHD is about 55%.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Sure.
Okay, is there material guide to study from? I won't say there is a guide, but there are a lot of resources at Ashrae that can help you pass the examinations. The same question from Mr. Ashish Agnihotri, I already answered that. A question from Tejas, how to prepare for exam for HBDP. I think you'll have to first download the candidate's guidebook and start studying the resources given in that guidebook. That's the best way to start always. And there are groups of these certifications on social media, so you can join one of those groups and take guidance from the previous examinees. Same questions from Mohammed Brady. Sorry if I pronounced that name incorrectly. Chetan, okay, I already answered that question. What is the time needed as experience for healthcare certification? From Essam Kamel. I think you'll have to take guidance from a healthcare certified professional on that, because I'm nowhere close to designing healthcare certifications. So unfortunately, I cannot answer that question. So question from Mr. Vikram Murthy. In which Indian cities are the Ashrae computer testing centers? I know Mumbai for sure, because that's where I appeared, but there should be a couple more. Tim, would you like to take that question?
Sure. If you go to the Ashrae website, to the landing page of the certification program you're interested in, there's a link to all of our computer-based testing locations. You just type in your country and all of the different locations will pop up. I think we have 5 or 7 in India. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah. And then, like you said, beginning May 31st or so, we should have remote proctoring. So you should be able to take the exam from your home or office.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Sure.
So the next question is from Mr. Imran Hussain. What will be the recommended certifications for HVAC project engineers? In my opinion, the best will be the CHD certification, but there are of course others that you can look at. Next question is from Mr. Muhammad. The fees of all courses are the same or different? They're the same for all the courses. The next question is from Essa. And is there any certifications for this lecture? I didn't understand that question. I'm sorry. Next one is from Mr. Tejas Gowde. Which certification suits the HVAC consultants? I think I already answered that question. For academicians, which certifications are required? It comes to your background. There is no one way to answer that question, unfortunately. So I'm just taking the questions that are new. There are some repeated questions. So there is one more question from Mr. Ahmad Hvac. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. I'm graduated from 2016 and working as mechanical technical office HVAC designer or engineer. Am I eligible for? I think you'll have to ask that questions to the certifications committee because they approve the eligibility. Mani, how are we doing on time? Can I take further questions or should I stop?
No, you must respond to the queries of the participants.
Okay, sounds good. So the next question is, are the architect's courses valid for examinations? The answer to that question is yes, because it's an allied field. One more question from Esa, but I already answered that question. Vinisha, no, see your contact details. For any questions related to certifications, please contact certifications committee at Ashrae. I'm working. Okay, the next question is Mr. Abdul Malik. I'm working in energy sector. My background is automation engineer. Which certificate could best fit me? Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot answer that question directly. It depends on your background. PT, what is the passing? Okay. Okay, there is a question from Mr. Manoj Kumar, membership fees for Ashrae. The developing countries get a discounted membership fee. That's, I think, right now $110 for 1 year, compared to $220 for someone in the US. So it's a very discounted membership fee. Next is from Mr. Kamal Ghosh. Thank you for your feedback, sir. Next one is from Shanmugaraja. Do Mumbai have exam center? Yes, Mumbai has the exam center. There are some responses that they were unable to see my screen or view hear my voice. Unfortunately, that's the technical glitch. Sorry about that. Is there any proprietary classes available for these exams, especially for BEMP? That's a question from Mr. Sayyid Muhammad Hvac Raza. I do not think there are preparatory classes, but if you have enough modeling experience and you study reasonably well, I think you should be able to pass this examination. Mr. Ayub Jamal asks, can you share the material source with us and how to prepare before applying to the test? I don't know which certification you're talking about, but there are, as I said, there are groups on social media that you can join and ask these questions. Okay, renew is very expensive. Okay, there is question from Mr. Fadi Altora. Renew is very expensive and not courage. No society over the world this. Why? I think there are certain, other societies who you need to pay for to renew your certification. For example, LEED or Green Associate or LEED AP, you need to pay every 2 years. So Ashrae is not the only society. I mean, I cannot answer that question beyond that. Why is the failing rate high in BEMP? That's because Ashrae really tests you. That's the reason. And there is also time pressure, which I should have talked about, but you need to manage your time really well in all these certification exams. And that's why the detailed content outline is a great resource. The next question is from Mr. Ahmad Bedran. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Is there any sample exam for certification? Yes, there is a sample exam. Ashrae offers you the free exam once you apply for the certification. How can one renew his or her certificate? That's the question from Mr. Abdul Rahman Shah. You can earn 45 PDH for BMP, and then you can apply for renewal. You need to submit the proof of 45 PDH if the certifications committee asks for it. The next question is, I have 6 months of experience as a HVAC designer. Can I apply for BCXP? To the best of my knowledge, I don't think you can, but you can download the candidate guidebook and check for sure. So that was a question from Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Santosh Indulkar asks, during downloading the CHD guidebook, why the personal email ID is not accepting? That shouldn't happen because I downloaded all the exam guidebooks from the website using the personal email ID. Okay, so the next question is from Mr. Ahmad. I'm not engineering, but I have more than 6 years of AC and allied product. What can I do to be certified? You don't need to be an engineer to appear for the certification. You can see the eligibility requirement from the candidate guidebook, and if you qualify for that, you can appear for the examination. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so the next question is from Mr. Shamkant Mirashi. Will this certification replace green building certification like USGBC AP? I'm sorry, but I don't follow that question. Team, would you like to come in on this?
Sure. I'm not sure which certification he or she is referring to.
Okay.
Our goal isn't to replace certifications, but to validate job competency.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. So the next question is from Mr. Muhammad Obiya. I have a master's degree in mechanical power engineering, but in renewable energy, not in HVAC. So my question is, my master's be considered? Yes, to the best of my knowledge, yes, your master's degree will be considered for the experience, of course. So the next question is from Mr. Ashish Mathur. I'm an Ashrae member having 15 years experience. I'm eligible for which certification? You should be, I think, eligible for most, or you should be eligible for the certification in which you have experience. I think that's the best answer to that question. Next question is from Mr. Ahmad Badran. Are there any material or exercise available to learn the exam method? I think we talked about that. Next question is from Mr. Digvijay Ronge. Does academic experience count? If it is related to the built environment, it should. Next question is from Mr. Huzaifa Saifi. I'm having 4 years experience as HVAC design engineer. Which course will? I think we talked about this.
Yeah, so it's better to answer, and the rest we can respond to their email, please.
Yeah, sure. So So I think
Yeah.
we are almost over time. So you can direct
Right.
next questions to the certifications committee. The presentation will be shared with you. So you can contact the email ID in the presentation, and I'm sure you'll get answers to all of your questions. And thank you all for attending this session, and best of luck to you for your certification exams. Now I'll
Right.
transfer the screen to Mani.
Right. So yeah, thank you very much, Pranav, for this great presentation, and it was very insightful to get the Ashrae certification in a very useful manner, and how we can access it and how we can achieve it. It was great. So thank you very much, and thank you very much, Tim, for providing a platform to organize on this topic for Ashrae certification, and it was great support from your Ashrae certification committee. And also would like to thank Mr. Ashu Gupta, who has provided and connected us with Mr. Pranav, who are giving this presentation today. And we again would like to thank you for all of your participation today, which was organized by Ashrae Chandigarh chapter jointly with Ashrae Deccan chapter. And thanks to Anuj for providing the technical support for organizing this webinar and introducing the speaker in the at the initial of this webinar. And I would also like to thank to many members who have just organized, who are just attendee from various chapters in India and across RL region as well. So I can see in my screen for the attendees, like from Deccan, Mr. Sandeep Galhotra, Anuj Gupta, and many of the members are also joined. From Mumbai chapter, I have seen Ashrae Mumbai, Mr. Vikram Murthy, Ms. Nitya Yadav. Many of the participants have been joined from Ashrae Mumbai as well. From Ashrae India, yes, many of the people as well they have joined. And from Ashrae Chandigarh, Prateek Srivastav, Akshay Kumar YA, Mukul Grover, Vijay Sharma. So many of the Amardeep, as if he is a president, and he's a great support to us, being a president of Ashrae Chandigarh chapter, who have provided us great platform to organize a series of webinars. So please note it. So we are organizing our next webinar, which will be panel discussion on 18th of April, means tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Indian time. We are organizing one panel discussion, the title of which is Dismantled AHU, the myths about certified AHU, that we are organizing at a great mass level. So I request each and every one of you to please join and support this great series of webinar we are organizing in association with all of you. And without any one of your presence, so these webinars couldn't make at this successful. So again, thank you very much. Keep in touch. We'll definitely provide you all the presentation if any required. You can email us to at ashrae.chd@gmail.com. So we'll provide you, and we'll also circulate this presentation to all the attendees who have joined this today, so that they can it can be insightful for their future reference as well. So right, thank you very much for all of your participation. Now we are signing off. So
Thank
good
you,
luck and
everybody.
great day. Yeah. Thanks.